It's interesting how quickly you're actually going to make this decision at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius. Indeed, it is very, very interesting. And I'm saying this only because you are gonna have what is actually going to be on your mind. You're going to be wary of something, like, especially what is going to be putting you off is like, oh my God, the fact that you need to be patient. Okay, so do not let that put you off, because this is to do with you, this is to do with your life, and this is most importantly to do with your future. While you are making this decision, you are doing something miraculous when it comes to your future. You will feel this energetically, but you're not going to be able to explain this, but this is the essence within your spirit and soul, which is gonna keep you going like there is no tomorrow. So although you're gonna be wary of the fact like, oh no, this is gonna take too long, or like some kind of need to be patient, don't let that to put you off, because the best things in life, my gorgeous Capricornius, of course, do take time. So at the beginning of this week, you are gonna make this a really quick decision, and normally it's to do with something which you would like just absolutely no, baby, no, you wouldn't want to even think about, wouldn't even want to contemplate anything. You would find, you did find so much, to be difficult about this, and the beginning of this week, it's going to surprise you. You're really going to surprise yourself the way you're going to feel just suddenly and completely out of blue. And this is to do with you knowing exactly which decision do you need to make when it comes to your future. So you need to get this right. This is so important, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. And what I also really like, that right at the beginning of this week, after that moment in time, that you are going to have such a powerful realization. Okay, so you are also going to come up with a conclusion when it comes to some kind of problem here. And I'm not surprised that this is happening right now, because it's to do with it's to do with the problem that was caused while you had a conversation with someone, and maybe you came out to that person in a wrong way. With other words, in your past, at some moment in time, you came out wrong to someone. Do you know what I mean? I really hope that makes sense. So maybe you said something that you really regret later on, and that in itself has caused a bit of a blockage, and this in itself is going to become obvious at around the time at the beginning of this week, when you hear something from that person, or hear something about that particular person who I'm talking about here, and then you're going to be reminded of something that you have done, that you are blaming yourself for, something that was left unresolved. And it's very, very important for you to fix this immediately, because you have caused something that you need to fix here, and it happened when you had some kind of disagreement or argument with someone. This is ever so important, because as soon as you do this, what I can tell you, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's just so crazy the way things are connected in this life. This created a spiritual domino, which means as soon as you become aware of this, then after that moment in time, you are going to become aware of a brand new area of study. Now suddenly something is just going to interest you, like something that never interested you before in your life. And this is a clear sign and indication that on one hand you moved on from something very difficult and very it's like to do with the stagnation in your life, moving on, but it also means that you have overcome something very, very difficult at the same time as well. So as soon as this situation comes to an end, as soon as you realize what do you need to fix, then at the same time, very shortly after that moment in time, you will be literally presented with a whole new area of study. For the first time in your life, something is going to interest you that never interested you before, and this is also a very, very great sign that things are moving on in your life. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, there is this very, very special, gorgeous, very powerful person in your life. Somebody who you really look up to, and somebody who inspires you in so many different ways. Through that person, you are gonna kind of think about that person, what that person is doing, what that person has achieved, and you're gonna get some kind of idea through that person what you want to have and how you want to kind of live your life like later on. This is always great to have people who are inspiring us, because through them we also learn a lot about ourselves, and we learn a lot about our lives, as well. So through that particular person, you're going to realize something very specific about yourself. You're going to realize, it's almost going to create like a moment of discovery, or like a self-discovery, where you are really not going to be able to stop thinking about it so much, because you will be able to connect to this situation like never before. And at around a similar time, you are going to become aware of, like, what you're going to hear is the certain informations on the outside, something that it's nothing to do with your life, it's nothing to do with your personal life, but you are going to hear something on the outside, XYZ people. For example, it's going to come to your attention, it's going to be brought to your attention, and what some people have done, and you're going to be thinking how nasty these people are, how vile these people are, how horrible these people are. And it's again going to be a lot like, oh my God, do we live like with some kind of like a dark entities out there? In fact, we do. There are lots of beautiful people out there in this world, but there are lots of horrible, dark, devilish, literally devilish people out there, and they're not even being quiet about it whatsoever. It's all out there for people to see. So it's going to be along those lines. You're going to be thinking how demonic some people can be, and what you're going to be facing and what you're going to be thinking about, you're absolutely right. That's just another sign and indication and reminder to always keep on following your own light. Even in the midst of darkness, always follow your light, and this is something that you need to remember. They're trying to make a darkness to be fashionable. No, baby, no. Just stay true to yourself. I'm not saying that you're gonna like kind of go off your own way, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to help you to get a bigger picture of what am I talking about here, my gorgeous Capricornius. So you're going to become aware of some kind of like what people can actually do, and for some reason this is really going to inspire you to walk away from something. And you're well due to walk away from something, to move on from something. Something is going to come to an end, and this is going to be an indication, and this is the time when your light is going to shine rather brightly, which means that you are on one hand doing the right thing, but then on another hand, after that moment in time, there is so much that is going to come to you. There is so much that is going to be open to you, because you are leaving a kind of something behind. You need to understand and you need to work out what this is, because it's a lot to do with the part of your life that has come to an end, but you just have to be honest with yourself and move on. As I said, you are moving on, my gorgeous Capricornius, but only for something much better indeed. And also, when it comes to the mid part of this week, just try to remember, now it's time to manage your resources, your resources really wisely. And also at the same time, you are going to make a really smart, if I can call it a business decision, or really smart decision when it comes to your finances, because you could be retired, you could still make a business decision if it's something to do with the finances, for example. Okay, so when you are thinking maybe should I do this or not, and it's to do with the financial situation, and it's to do with you knowing that you're making the right decision, then most certainly go for it, baby. Absolutely, 100% yes. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, you know, you are like, oh my God, you know, the reason why this is going to happen, listen to me very carefully, why you are going to have this, like, oh my God, two ideas, but one of them it's gonna be like the biggest mama, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, the ceilings are not high enough. What a big mama this is. Do you know what I mean? This is going to be a massive big mama moment. Why? Because at around the end of the week, you will know what am I talking about. You will know what am I talking about, my gorgeous Capricornians. At around the end of the week, you know, this is also marking the time of the end of a situation that is going to bring relief, you know, to your life. And this is why this is so important, because it's all about the end of situation that is going to bring a relief, you know, into your life. This is so important, because you know, you will know what it is. Trust me, you will know what it is. And then at around that time, you're actually going to have a very amazing ideas. They're going to be two ideas, but one of them is going to be like huge, like, oh my God. And these ideas are how to change your life, how to transform your life. But you need to be strong. You need to be brave. You know, by being strong and by being brave, you will pump yourself up. You will make yourself ready, you know. So in order to action these two ideas, in order to take them on the next level, be serious about them, you need to understand the importance of taking this on, bringing this on into your life, like immediately, okay? And by doing this, you're already pumping yourself up. You're already like re-energizing yourself. You're already making yourself strong by regrounding and by recentering yourself. You're already preparing yourself for this. So when you have these two ideas, but one is going to be huge, how to transform your life. At the same time, don't wait for tomorrow, don't wait for the next month, don't wait for the next week, don't wait for the time to be right, okay? The time is right when you decide for the time to be right. Do you get me? It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter what's going on out there. Okay, so these ideas too, but one huge one to transform your life, it's going to happen as long as you understand how serious and how important this is. It's about making the important step. Okay, it's about making a bold move here. But then at the same time, you know, this is going to be so kind of like an important stage for you, if I can say it like this. So this is something that you need to understand. And also at around the end of the week, there is going to be such a weird experience you're going to have. It's like, oh my goodness, this weird experience that you're going to have at around the end of the week. It couldn't have happened at a better time, because it's also going to contribute towards you feeling even braver. Why? Because this weird experience that you're, that strange and unusual and bizarre experience that you're going to have at around the end of this week, it's actually going to make you to have the biggest like waking up moment of your life. The biggest waking up moment of your life. Okay, so this is absolutely brilliant, because that in itself, it's also going to provide you with a way, provide you with a direction. You will know exactly what to do, and you will know exactly which waking up moment I'm talking about here indeed. Okay, and also my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to the end of this week, you know, like you just, I know I said this so many times, I'm sorry, but there is like, I know I'm probably boring now, but it's also, you're going to have a strong indication what addiction or unhealthy habit do you need to work on, and do you need to get rid of. And I don't need to tell you what this is. You will know this at the end of the week, because somebody who's so close to you, so very important to you, it's going to mention this to you. It's going to tell you something about it, and this is going to be highlighted. And if you haven't got anybody in your life, if you're just by yourself, you've got no friends or no family, then your body is going to make you aware of this. Your body is going to make you aware of something. It's like kind of slowly taking over your life in terms of being like a very unhealthy, something very unhealthy, like an addiction, or like an unhealthy habit. So your body will make you aware of this, so you will know exactly what am I talking about, whichever way it actually happens. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Capricornians. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.